Hi guys. So, did you know that pregnancy can lead to mental health problems?
Oh, baby, why won't pregnancy trigger mental illness?
Well, I didn't know until I watched this video.
As shocking as this information was, I did not even have the nerves to dispute it. You know why? It's because I'm a mom.
Ruth, did you know that pregnancy can trigger mental health problems?
Okay, well, I didn't know that it could, but I knew that pregnancy can bring, some complications and all that. But to that extent, I didn't know.
Right.
So kindly share this video. Let it reach all mothers out there, single everybody, so that we create this awareness.
Have you heard that pregnancy and childbirth triggers mental illness in women? Well, neither did I until recently. I was in the middle of my intellectual research on the internet, and this preparation was geared towards my public speaking engagement that was for the International Women's Day that held in Ebonyi State, that I dabbled on this jaw-dropping, paradigm-shifting information, and I was struck like, granted, as a mental health advocate that I am and a survivor of bipolar disorder, I have become familiar with the many causes of mental illnesses, ranging from factors like genetics, accident causing injury or head bump, poverty, debt, drug abuse, stressful lifestyle, on and on it goes. How was I to know that somewhere in that mix, pregnancy and childbirth does add a little something to here? Oh, baby. Now, as shocking as this information was, I did not even have the nerves to dispute it. You know why? It's because I'm a mom. I have experienced multiple pregnancies. I have had multiple deliveries with 4 surviving children. I know beyond all forms of doubt that yes, indeed, pregnancy does trigger mental illness in women. And now that I've turned on my camera so we talk about it for a hot minute, let me start by asking you, why won't pregnancy trigger mental illness? I mean, have you seen pregnancy? Have you been pregnant before? Are you familiar with the many symptoms and complications that arise from the concept of pregnancy? Let's itemize some of them now, shall we? Whilst pregnant, there are the headaches and the waist pains, the back aches, the extreme tiredness and fatigues. There is the nausea and the vomiting, the breathlessness, the restlessness, the indigestion, the constipation, the heartburn, the mood swings, the leg cramps, the itchy skin that leads to stretch marks, the vaginal discharges, the vaginal infections, the tingling sensations or numbness on the hands. And let me add the complications like a high blood pressure, preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, preterm labor, depression and anxiety, postpartum psychosis. All of these on one woman. And it's not even as if pregnancy is a couple days program that you get in and get out. We all know it's a 9 months long activity. So for approximately 1 year, a woman will go through all of these. Oh, yes, indeed. Chances are it might get up in here. And listen, be not afraid if you just bump into my video and you find these symptoms I just narrated to be scary. Baby, you deserve to know what you're up against before you hop in on that boat. And if you're a mom already, the details in this video will validate your feelings and possibly proffer solutions to your many confusions. Let me tell you this. it has been scientifically proven that every pregnant woman's brain volume shrinks by 60% whilst pregnant and expands between 6 months to 6 years after delivery. And this expansion is not even for everybody. Some people remain stuck and never make their way back. And this expansion is necessitated by the process of the baby getting formed. If you're going to host that baby like a bun in your oven, the things that it needs to become a human being, it will take from you. The baby will need to take oxygen, vitamins, nutrients from you to mold eye, nose, mouth, liver, lung, kidney, every body part. You're going to give it. And as you're giving it, you will face diminishing returns. It will erupt hormonal changes and imbalances that will leave your body chaotic and your mind in a hazardous form. I'm speaking from experience. I always say that what is worth doing should be done well. It was recently when I was in the United Kingdom for a couple of weeks that as I conversed with my darling friend, and she told me, you know what, Cha, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to have babies. And I was over the roof with excitement. I said, girl, let's have it. And then she said, yeah, we're gonna. But I just need to visit NHS and get myself checked out before I conceive. It was at that point that I learned something new. I learned from my friend that there are 3 stages to pregnancy, all right? There is the pre-pregnancy, there is the actual pregnancy known as antenatal, and there is the postpartum, which is the post-pregnant stage. I'm from Africa. Over here, we're only familiar with the middle, the second stage, antenatal. Over here, we just dabble into pregnancy. And then we wait until the belly bulges out before we can stroll into a hospital and say, okay, I'm here, check me out. So guys, it is ideal that before you get pregnant, there are thorough checks that needs to be conducted on you, where they will peek into your organs, critically and analytically, finding out if you're good enough to host the baby, if your tubes are ready, if it is fit, if your blood pressure, your blood count can carry it, if there are infections that are already inherent there that will pose a risk to the baby when conceived. It is only by detection, by close scrutiny, that they will see it. That is pre-pregnancy. Now, actual pregnant being antenatal, the one that we're familiar with, yes, you know this one. You are required as a matter of priority to submit yourself to health bodies for scrutiny too, where they will check your vitals and that of the baby, where you will be questioned often, asking you how you're feeling. And please, I'm begging you, I know where I come from. We have become so accustomed to throwing around the word fine to every question asked. Listen to your body at all times because your body is steadily communicating. When you are asked, how are you? Take your time and categorize your emotion. Are you feeling tired? Are you exhausted? Are you starving? Are you restless? Are you panicking? Respond, because it is from your response that you will be attended to. Now, this antenatal stage is characterized by advices like take your vitamins, exercise, take a walk, you know the drill. But this is a very long stage because this is the stage that leads to you actually birthing the baby. And when that time comes, you would know that there are levels to this thing called pain. No matter the process with which your own baby is coming out, pain is pain, baby. And I have experienced it all. I have had to birth through the natural way, as they call it. And I still feel the excruciating pains all over again just by the mere thought of it. As they tore me up in my vagina, calling it episiotomy, I bled from my heart. I screamed my heads off. As they said, push, and I kept pushing for hours. I thought I was going to die. My baby almost died because her head was stuck in my vagina for so long. A risk to me and to the baby. Pain that will have no choice but to somehow filter through to your head space. And you want to tell me about cesarean section? I've been there. Epidural or not, as they sliced me 4 times in cesarean sections and brought out those babies, I bled and hurt for days that rolled into weeks and months. is not for the weak. Now, all of these pains will metamorphose into something called a mental disorder later on. That is when you have progressed or graduated into the postnatal stage now. Having birthed the baby, you would think that the storm is over, right? That you have climbed down from the mountain and now you can get on with your life. No, baby, it don't work like that. That is when you will enter another realm of existence, where you will first of all battle the commonest mental disorder that women go through, which is depression and anxiety. This is very common because why wouldn't it be common? Every woman's body that has undergone pregnancy has faced an expansion. You don't look like yourself no more. You don't feel like yourself no more. Your clothes don't fit anymore. You can lose skin about. This is the point where I tell you, look in the mirror. It's a human being you brought forth. And for that, take your flowers, honey. You're a queen, and you survived what was meant to destroy you. Take practical steps to working your way back to the top again. Eat right and exercise. All right? The efficacy of exercises does not lie in the brutality of it. It's in the consistency. Little steps, little drops of water that will make an option. One day you wake up and you see like, bam, baby girl is back on her grind. Now, depression and anxiety may be inherent in our society. You may have seen it in women that used to be the it girl, and suddenly they had a baby or two and you don't recognize them no more. It's because those women, they're coming from a lot, and you have no idea until you walk down that path. Let me talk about the most psychologically damning of all mental disorders that women pass through during pregnancy. That is postpartum psychosis. And it's deadly because it is characterized by all kinds of weirdness, like delusions, disorganizations, hallucinations, confusions. You will see a woman that just birthed a baby and she is thriving on panic mode. Anxiety is her second name. She poses a threat to herself and her baby because she's not sleeping well, so she's not thinking well. Before you have a baby, make sure you have people around that will help you carry that baby. And when you have your baby, don't be in a hurry to hop onto your social life, career woman, business woman. Take it easy. Sleep, mama, sleep. Because for how many months, almost a year, you barely slept carrying that baby. And now that the baby is here, you're not sleeping because there's too much activities to get on, or maybe because your baby is sucking breast every 5 minutes. It is at this point that I tell you that I wholeheartedly endorse the World Health Organization's decree that every mother should exclusively breastfeed her child for 6 months because it is right and it helps build the baby's immune system for the first few months of their lives. Right. But darling, my mom is a health practitioner and I have worked closely with many health practitioners, and they said that the reason for this exclusivity is not only because it's fine, that's a given, but it's also because if you are given the option of milk supplements, you might make a mess of it. If milk supplements are a total no-no, if they're a taboo, I tell you, they will not be selling now. They would have abolished it a long time ago. But because some of us cannot uphold good hygiene, like sterilizing often the baby milk container and all that, and then you will now endanger your life, your baby's life, I meant to say, by risking diarrhea, dysentery on your baby. That's why they say you should stay away from it. As opposed to nipples, where there will hardly be room for any bacterial virus infection to filter through the nipple. But honey, if you're not sleeping because your baby is sucking every 5 minutes, please prioritize good hygiene, buy milk supplements, feed that baby so the baby can pass out in sleep, and you too will pass out in sleep because you deserve it. You barely slept during pregnancy, and now that you have birthed, you deserve long hours of sleep. When you sleep good, you feel good, you think good, you look good, you behave good. If you sleep in distorted patterns, you will have distorted thinking. And when your thinking is distorted, that's a dysfunctional mind right there. And a dysfunctional mind can never be a functional mom. Nothing is free, even in Freetown. Oh, my ovaries, I want 1, I want 5. Baby, them babies will curse you. And I just don't mean your money, your time, your energy, blood, sweat, and tears. I mean your sanity. And honey, it's a thin line between sanity and insanity. And you don't want to cross that line before you know that shit gets real. And regardless, Ain't a hood like motherhood. Even as the babies grow. Oh, yeah, you will multitask and go crazy, trying to get them to behave and grow right. Yes, it never ends. It's a cycle. But heck, I would do it again and again if I have to. My name is Chacha, and I brought you this message on behalf of all of us at Meticulous People Foundation. And this is a mental health movement powered by yours truly. Please follow us for more doses of inspiration. Share this video to every woman that you know. And thank you for watching through to the end. God bless you.
Guys, make sure you share this video for every woman out there who is trying to become a mother or who is already a mother to be aware of these triggers. Thank you for watching.
This video should reach everybody so that we get to be aware of these things that we didn't know. And when she was talking, one thing I want to, emphasize on is the point where she says that everybody should, go to the hospital, get checked before, you try to have a baby so that you get to know if, let's say, there's something in your body that needs to get checked before you have a baby. I think that is really, really important. So everybody out there, please get checked before, babies. Bye.